Have you ever wondered why, as you age, some days feel heavy, burdened by regrets, toxic relationships, or unhealed resentments? What if I told you that letting go of these things could be the key to living a peaceful, joyful, and fulfilling life in your golden years? In this video, we're going to explore 3 powerful habits that could be holding you back from the happiness and freedom you deserve. Whether you're struggling with the past, feeling weighed down by negative relationships, or carrying old wounds that never seem to heal, you're not alone. You'll learn how to release these burdens, starting today, and create space for peace, joy, and deeper connections. Stay with us until the end as we reveal practical steps for letting go of regret, releasing toxic relationships, and forgiving not just others, but yourself. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to embrace your golden years with a lighter heart, a clearer mind, and a renewed sense of purpose. Don't let your past dictate your future. It's never too late to start living fully, and it all starts with letting go. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. First, let go of regrets of the past. Letting go of regret. What an extraordinary and liberating act it is, though undoubtedly one of the hardest. It's one of the most pivotal steps you can take in the journey of growing older. As the years accumulate, so too does the weight of past decisions. Decisions that once seemed so significant but now, when viewed through the prism of time, appear so full of what-ifs and if only. Every person, regardless of age or circumstance, carries these moments, these choices we wish we could undo, those paths we wish we had walked, and the chances we let slip away like sand between our fingers. How often we dwell on those moments, replaying them endlessly in our minds, endlessly searching for a way to rewrite our personal stories. But what we often forget is this. Dwelling in the past, allowing regret to take root in our hearts, is a thief of joy, of peace, of the precious gift that is the present moment. Think about this for a moment. The past is gone. It no longer exists except in our memories, in the shadows it casts over our thoughts. And yet, here we are, so often tethered to it, unable to break free from its grip. We think, if only I had done this differently. What would my life be like now? But the painful truth is this: we cannot change the past. It has already unfolded, and its outcomes already settled. The decisions made, the words spoken, the paths taken, they are done. However, the power lies not in changing what has been, but in how we choose to carry it with us into our present. The question then becomes, how do we move forward while still holding the lessons from the past? Every regret, large or small, is a sign of your humanity. It's proof that you cared, that you felt deeply, that you weren't afraid to try, to love, to dream, and yes, to fail. Regret doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. It means you took chances and you lived. But here's the key. You cannot allow those regrets to define you. They are not the measure of your worth. Instead of seeing them as burdens or failures, reframe them. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How has this experience shaped who I am today? When you choose to view regret as a source of growth, it begins to lose its hold on you. It stops being something that drags you down and instead becomes a powerful tool of transformation. It is no longer a weight you carry, but a resource you use to fuel your journey forward. There's a simple but profound truth we all must face. No one lives a perfect life. No one escapes the twists and turns, the unexpected hurdles, or the painful missteps along the way. All of us, at some point or another, have made choices that we later regret, and wished we could go back in time and undo them. We've all wished for a different outcome, for a life that turned out differently than we had imagined. But perfection is a lie, a myth we tell ourselves in moments of weakness. It's an illusion, one that distorts reality when viewed through the filter of hindsight. You made the best choices you could at the time, with the knowledge and understanding you had in that moment. It's so easy to be hard on ourselves when we look back on the wisdom we've gained over the years, but in reality, we did the best we could with the tools available to us. And that's enough. Hold on to that truth. You did the best you could. Treat yourself with compassion, with love, with patience. Don't punish yourself for things that can never be undone. Now, imagine something simple. Picture yourself holding a suitcase, and inside it, a lifetime of regrets. It's heavy, unbearably heavy, filled with all the things you wish you could change. Decisions, missed opportunities, unspoken words, lost relationships. That suitcase has traveled with you through the years, perhaps growing heavier with each passing decade. But what if you could finally set it down? What if you could feel the release of the weight you've carried for so long? Picture it, lifting that suitcase from your shoulders, feeling the pressure melt away as you leave it behind. That freedom, that release, is what it feels like to let go of regret. You don't forget it, but you stop letting it define you. The past no longer gets to control your present or shape your future. You are free. To truly let go of regret is not an overnight process, but a journey. You don't simply wake up one day and erase all the emotional scars that have shaped you. But you can start small, one step at a time. Begin by acknowledging your regrets. Sit quietly with your thoughts and say to yourself, yes, this happened. Yes, I wish things had gone differently. But it does not control me. It will not have power over my future. Let yourself feel what you feel, grief, sadness, disappointment, and then release it. Second, begin the healing process by making peace with the past. Write down your regrets, reflect on them, and ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? How did it shape who I am today? Turn the pain of those moments into wisdom. You are not meant to live with your regrets as a burden. You are meant to live with them as teachers, showing you the way to deeper understanding and growth. And third, shift your focus, gently, but intentionally, towards the present. The past has no more power over you. The only thing you can control is what you do now. What can you do today to bring joy into your life, to infuse it with meaning and purpose? What small, beautiful steps can you take toward embracing the here and now? Remember, your past is not your identity. It's simply one chapter of your story, a chapter that has already been written. But the rest of your book, the most beautiful, most fulfilling pages, are still waiting to be written. You get to decide how the rest of your life unfolds. The most vibrant, meaningful pages are the ones you are still in the process of creating. You deserve to live the rest of your years with a heart that is unburdened, free from the weight of regrets, and a mind that is clear, focused, and present. Let go of the past, not by forgetting it, but by no longer allowing it to define you. Set it down, gently, and make room for peace, for joy, for love, for life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. You are not defined by your mistakes, nor by the choices you regret. You are defined by the courage it takes to move forward, to rise above the things that once held you back. The time to live, to love, to experience, to be truly free is now. Let this be your reminder. Today is a new beginning. The life you've always dreamed of, the freedom you've always craved, the love you've always sought, it's all still out there, waiting for you. It's never too late to start living fully. Let go of the past, and make space for peace and purpose. There's so much more to feel, so much more to give, and so much more to experience. You still have a lifetime ahead of you, and it's time to step into it with open arms, embracing all that is yet to come. Second, let go of pointless relationships. As we journey through life, growing older with each passing year, we begin to see the world through a clearer lens. Time, with all of its fleeting moments, offers us a precious gift, the wisdom to understand who truly matters and who no longer deserves a place in our lives. The illusion of infinite time begins to fade, and suddenly, we realize that our days are not to be wasted on relationships that deplete us or bring us sorrow. Yet, despite this newfound clarity, so many of us find it difficult to let go. We hold on to connections out of habit, guilt, or a deep, underlying fear of being alone. We've invested so much time in these relationships, sometimes decades, that walking away can feel like an insurmountable loss. But here's the reality. Not every relationship is meant to stay with us forever. Some are meant to teach us, some to challenge us, but not all are meant to walk with us to the end of our days. These relationships, though they may have once been sources of joy and meaning, can subtly drain our energy, dim our spirit, and rob us of the peace we deserve. Think about it. How many times have you spent hours with someone only to leave feeling emotionally exhausted, as if your vitality had been silently siphoned away? The truth is that these relationships often do not come with loud, obvious signs of toxicity. They don't scream at you or visibly harm you. Instead, they creep in quietly, like a shadow that falls over your life, leaving you feeling weighed down and invisible. It may be an old friend who constantly complains without ever listening, a family member whose words sting and cut deeper than they should, or perhaps a partner whose emotional unavailability leaves you feeling lonely even in their presence. These people may not actively hurt you, but their presence drains the light from your soul, casting a pall over your days, and leaving you with an emptiness that can feel impossible to fill. Now, I ask you, why do you continue to hold on to these relationships? Is it because letting go feels too difficult, too unfamiliar? Is it easier to stay in the comfort of the known, even if it brings you pain, rather than face the discomfort of change? Perhaps it's guilt. Guilt for stepping back, guilt for not being the person everyone expects you to be, guilt for prioritizing yourself after so many years of giving to others. But here's the liberating truth. Your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being are sacred. They are gifts that you cannot afford to waste. After a lifetime of caring for others, of giving pieces of yourself to anyone who asked, isn't it time you asked yourself the most important question of all? When will you start caring for your own heart? When will you give yourself the same love and respect you've given others for so long? Letting go is not an act of hatred or bitterness. It is, in fact, an act of profound self-respect. It is an act of honoring yourself and your journey. It is a conscious choice to protect your peace, to choose your happiness over obligation. Think of your life as a garden. Each relationship is like a plant within that garden. Some people are like flowers, brightening your life with their beauty, warmth, and positive energy. They are the ones who lift you, who make you feel seen, and who bring laughter and light into your days. But others, those who drain you, belittle you, or take without giving, are like weeds. Weeds that grow unchecked, stealing the nourishment that should go to the flowers, choking out the potential for something beautiful to bloom. If you allow these weeds to continue taking root, they will eventually take over, leaving your garden looking barren, neglected, and lifeless. If you want to cultivate a life full of vibrant, meaningful connections, you must tend to your garden by removing the weeds that hold you back. The question is, where do you begin? It starts with a deep, honest reflection on the people in your life. Who are the ones who lift you? Who are the people who bring out the best in you, who celebrate your strengths and support you through your weaknesses? These are the people to hold close. These are the relationships worth nurturing. On the other hand, consider those who leave you feeling drained, small, or misunderstood. Who are the people whose energy leaves you feeling depleted, whose presence weighs on your heart? It's okay to acknowledge that some relationships no longer serve you. It's okay to step back, to protect your peace, and to create space for new, more fulfilling connections. At first, it will likely be difficult. You may experience a surge of guilt, hesitation, or worry about what others will think or feel. But as you begin the process of letting go, something beautiful will begin to happen. You will create space. Space for new relationships that are nourishing, space to reconnect with the person you've become, space to rediscover the joy of being with people who truly respect and appreciate you. As you let go of the draining relationships, you will notice that your life feels lighter. Your heart will feel freer. The heaviness that once weighed you down will lift, and you will find yourself breathing easier, smiling more, and cherishing the connections that truly matter. You deserve to spend your time surrounded by people who see you for who you truly are. You deserve to be surrounded by those who honor your uniqueness, who value your contributions, and who cherish your presence. Life is far too short to waste on relationships that leave you feeling invisible, unimportant, or exhausted. The years ahead of you are precious, and you deserve to fill them with the people who help you feel whole, and who walk beside you with kindness, respect, and love. Letting go is not an act of rejection, it's an act of creation. It's the act of creating space for what is good, what is true, and what is nourishing. When you make room for these relationships, your life will become a reflection of the joy, peace, and fulfillment you've always deserved. It's not about the quantity of people you have in your life. It's about the quality of the connections you foster. Relationships that make you feel heavy, anxious, or unworthy are not worth carrying forward. Choose the relationships that make you feel alive, that make you feel seen, heard, and loved. Choose relationships that honor the depth of who you are and who you are becoming. Choose peace. Choose yourself. Choose to cultivate a life that is full of joy, purpose, and meaning. When you do, you will find that the weight of the past will lift, your heart will open, and you will be ready to welcome the people who will walk with you through the rest of your days. Those who see your worth, appreciate your heart, and enrich your life in ways you never imagined. You are worthy of this. You are worthy of the relationships that make your life fuller, not emptier. Third, let go of resentment to forgive yourself and others. Letting go of resentment is one of the most profound and transformative acts of healing that you can offer yourself. It's a deeply personal journey, one that holds the potential to change your life in ways that you never imagined. Resentment, though silent and insidious, is an emotional thief, a quiet force that steals your peace, your joy, and even your health. It creeps into the corners of your heart and mind, robbing you of your sense of well-being, all while remaining hidden beneath the surface. For many of us, especially as we age, resentment arises from old wounds, betrayals that have never healed, harsh words that cut deeper than we could have imagined, or actions that have left lasting scars on our souls. These wounds, though long past, continue to fester in the hidden recesses of our hearts, holding us hostage to the pain. Perhaps you're still clinging to the anger you feel towards someone who let you down, a friend or family member whose actions shattered your trust, or even yourself for mistakes made in the past. It's easy to convince yourself that holding on to these emotions somehow keeps you safe. Maybe you believe that if you hold on tight enough, the pain won't happen again. But what you might not realize is that this very act of holding on is what keeps the pain alive, what keeps it cycling through your life like an uninvited guest who refuses to leave. Resentment, like a bitter shadow, silently robs you of your peace, poisoning the very essence of your joy and contentment. Think of resentment as burning coal in your hand. You're so consumed with the desire to throw it at the one who has hurt you, thinking that by doing so, you will feel relief, or that the anger will finally subside. But here's the painful truth. Though you think you're throwing it at someone else, it's only you who gets burned. The one who suffers is not the person you're angry with, but yourself. The bitterness you hold onto permeates your thoughts, clouds your judgment, and poisons your interactions with others. It seeps into your heart, weighs down your spirit, and casts a shadow over your every moment. It seeps into your physical health as well, contributing to stress, anxiety, and a range of other health issues that you might not even realize are connected to the resentment you've been carrying for so long. But here's where the power of release lies. Letting go of resentment isn't about letting someone else off the hook. It isn't about excusing the wrongs done to you, or pretending that the pain never happened. It's about making a choice that will change your life. It's about giving yourself the gift of freedom. You see, when you hold on to resentment, you allow the people and events that hurt you to continue to have control over your life. They hold the keys to your happiness, and you remain stuck in the past, reliving the hurt over and over again. But when you forgive, when you choose to release that burden, you take back your power. You reclaim your emotional freedom. You permit yourself to feel joy again, to laugh without guilt, to live without the heavy weight of the past dragging you down. Forgiveness, in this sense, is a sacred act of self-care. It's not an act of weakness or submission. It's a sign of extraordinary strength. By forgiving, you choose to release the grip that resentment has on you, choosing peace over pain. And this peace is yours to claim. You don't forgive to appease the other person. You forgive because you deserve to be free. You deserve the lightness of a heart unburdened by the weight of grudges. You deserve to let go of the hurt that has been holding you captive for far too long. By choosing forgiveness, you reclaim your right to happiness, to contentment, and to love. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Forgiveness also applies to yourself. One of the hardest things we do as humans is to forgive ourselves. We are often our own harshest critics, forever replaying our mistakes, our shortcomings, our perceived failures. Perhaps you constantly find yourself looking back at moments in your life where you believe you could have done better. You replay the choices you made, or didn't make, with regret, thinking, if only I had chosen differently, things might be better now. But here's the truth. You did the best you could with the knowledge, resources, and understanding you had at the time. You are human, and to be human is to be imperfect, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. It's time to stop punishing yourself for what can no longer be undone. Let go of the guilt, the shame, and the self-blame. You are worthy of compassion, especially from yourself. So, how do you begin this journey of letting go? The process starts with acknowledging the pain. You must first be willing to face the hurt, to look it in the eye and say, This happened. It hurt. It mattered. But it no longer controls me. I refuse to let it define me anymore. In that moment, give yourself permission to feel the sadness, the anger, or the grief. Let the emotions come, but don't let them consume you. Let them pass through you, knowing that they are not permanent. They are fleeting, just as all emotions are. Once you've allowed yourself to feel, then you can begin the process of forgiveness. The next step is to choose to forgive, not for the person who hurt you, but for yourself. This is not something that happens overnight. Forgiveness is a process, a journey that takes time, patience, and practice. But it starts with one simple decision. I am ready to let go. I am ready to release this pain. Reframing the story is also crucial. Instead of seeing the pain as something that defines you, see it as a testament to your strength, your resilience, and your ability to move forward. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you survived, that you overcame, that you are still standing. Imagine yourself holding that burning coal of resentment and, with intention, setting it down. Picture yourself releasing it, like a heavy suitcase filled with all the hurt, the anger, and the disappointment. Feel the weight lift off your shoulders as you let go of the burden. Feel the lightness return to your heart, the clarity come back to your mind. In that moment, forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. A choice to embrace peace, joy, and the freedom to live fully. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it does have the power to transform your future. It opens the door to new possibilities, to healing, to reconnecting with the love and joy that may have been buried under years of pain. It creates space for you to experience life in its fullness, cherish the present, and look forward to the future without the heavy weight of resentment hanging over you. You deserve peace. You deserve happiness. And by letting go of resentment, you take back control of your life. So, don't let old wounds steal another precious moment from your present. Choose forgiveness. Choose peace. Let go of the past, and watch your heart, your mind, and your spirit become lighter, clearer, and brighter. Life is too short to let resentment rob you of your joy. Let today be the day you set yourself free. As we wrap up today's conversation, I want you to take a moment and reflect on what you've learned so far. Let go of resentment, whether it's towards someone else or even towards yourself, and choose the freedom that forgiveness brings. Imagine how much lighter your heart and mind could feel if you simply chose peace over pain, joy over bitterness, and love over anger. Think about how much you've been holding on to that doesn't serve you anymore. What will you let go of? I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, please share one thing you've learned today that you plan to bring into practice in your own life. Remember, this journey is yours, and every step forward matters. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content that can help you live a fulfilling, peaceful, and intentional life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments.